I won't bow down to no man. Not even if I need to ride to the next village. Not if I need to cross continents. Nor if I need money. Yeah. Or when I feel lonely. Yeah. Will I ever bow down to no man? Not even if you have a car with a tank full of gas. Not even if you have a ship to cross the seas. Nor if you own a bag full of employees. Or if you lead your own church and put your soul at ease. Will I ever bow down to you? I won't bow down to no man. I won't bow down to no man. I won't bow down to no man.
Welcome, everyone, to a brand new season of NBA basketball. I'm sure you're as excited as all of us are here at 2K Sports as we get ready to start the season in style. Along with Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. It's Western Conference against the Eastern Conference here in Minnesota. Where the Timberwolves will try to protect home court. This is of course their first look at this year's Washington squad. A year ago, they each gained a victory at home, but couldn't secure a win on the road. And now Washington's starting group. The talented Wall and Beal team up in the backcourt. Nene and Gortat team up in the paint. And it's Dudley in at the small forward. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves getting the first points of the ball game. Wall dishes to Gortat. Powered down with both hands.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
From the wing. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Down low. Here's Beal. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
And last season, really a tale of two halves for the Wolves. When Ricky Rubio returned from injury, they just looked so much more in sync as a team.
The Timberwolves shooting their first free throws of the game. Well, the Wolves improved just very slightly last year in terms of wins, Clark. The quality of play on the floor, though, was visible.
Yeah, and, you know, the team's point differential was a lot better with Rubio in the lineup. They did have some big wins over quality teams, and Rubio's impact was certainly noticeable.
That'll be Minnesota as it goes out of bounds. Timberwolves retain possession. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. And they'll keep possession. Wall with it. Pass to Dudley. Puts up a three. And he gets it to go.
Nice stroke from long range. And if he keeps getting those opportunities, he better take them.
And Rubio kicks to Wiggins. And finished off by Beal.
Ooh, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
Ooh, I guess he didn't appreciate.
It's not. He threw it down right.
But that guy's a big-time answer. On me, prepare for
Washington. They've gone 4 of 5 from the field so far.
NBA last in free throw percentage. 7th in points off turnovers. Dance points. I mean, this is a team that really emphasized chasing down missed shots, and they did a pretty good job of it.
And you look at their free throw percentage, not to be overlooked. I mean, this was a team, I thought, that did a really good job of taking.
Look at that. Sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying, Clark, to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Yeah, I would have to say there are a lot of questions right now from a defensive standpoint. That's for sure.
Dudley against Wiggins. Here's Towns. Gortat comes up with the rebound. And it's Washington's ball. They're on a 13-3 run right now. Second shot opportunity. And Dudley kicks to Nene. They shoot again. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Timberwolves trail by 8. Here's Rubio. Outside for Martin. Here's Garnett attacking. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Clark, maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
It could be, Kevin. I mean, a dunk like that can sometimes get an opponent reeling.
Wall, that's good.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possession.
Timeout called, first of the game for Minnesota. Despite an overall strong year in 2015 for the Wizards, they were pretty weak at times, Clark, on the road.
Managed only 17 wins away from home, tied the Pelicans for the fewest road wins for any team that actually made the playoffs last year.
And the Wizards are going with a whole new group out there now. Martin. And they cash in right away with the quick shot. Martin's got his second bucket of the game to go. Neal passes to Humphries. And it's out of bounds. And they say last touch by Garnett. Watch shots, a stat that sometimes doesn't tell the whole story. Big-time shot blockers aren't always elite defenders. And then the opposite is true. Their block shot totals don't quite capture that great impact they really have defensively.
You know, and Akeem the Dream, certainly one of the greatest all-around players to have ever played the game. An endless array of offensive moves down low, no doubt. And defensively, his numbers speak for themselves. I mean, almost 4,000 career blocks, 2 Defensive Player of the Year awards, just a legendary low-post defender.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. The Timberwolves have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
And, you know, a lot of times, guys, in some of their performances last year, their free throw numbers helped them win games.
Muhammad hits them both. Washington leading now by 4. Neal dishes to Anderson. Porter in the corner. Shoots. That one's good from the corner. Porter's got his first points of the night.
Even though it went down, I don't think that's the kind of look they should be settling for.
Bielitsa with the bucket.
Man, how about the dexterity for this big guy? I mean, he is really smooth around the basket.
Muhammad with the steal. The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Wizards.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So on the floor for Minnesota, Martin and Wiggins out on the perimeter. Towns is out there with Garnett, and it's Rubio in the point guard position.
Well, I tell you guys, when you look at this Wolves team, I mean, the outlook is really bright. A lot of young talent that's fitting together nicely. Good skill set. I think this group could be one to watch and really good going forward.
Here's Henderson. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time.
And it's Martin missing. So for the Timberwolves last year, Greg kind of traded into the top overall pick, getting the Wiggins deal, which means 2 consecutive years of having number 1. They're beginning to put together the ingredients.
I think they have a core to ultimately be formidable when you talk about that Western Conference. And to pick up Zach LaVine in that same draft, that was a nice selection as well. And don't discount what Flip Saunders brings to the table in terms of coaching and teaching these young players.
Minnesota with the rebound.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And, Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim.
There's Neal with the 3. Here's Webster. Second shot opportunity. And, yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
And Kevin, I got to tell you, he's probably fortunate to just get a flagrant 1 there. I mean, so much contact. The officials easily could have gone even harder on him.
Greg, I agree. He better be on his best behavior from now on. One more flagrant of any variety, and he's out of here.
And guys, one thing that was obvious to me, last year the Wizards really matured as a team. I mean, they played as if they expected to win instead of a group kind of coming into their own. I thought they just showed a lot more composure and maturity on the court. You know, looking around, he knew one of his teammates was going to be open when they hit him with that double team, and he took advantage.
As you said, the Wizards did look more mature last year on the floor with their play. They made sure to add veterans to achieve that.
And not just any veteran, but a future Hall of Famer in Paul Pierce. I mean, his presence on the team, I think, really is what propelled them to achieve new heights. And it also went beyond just Paul Pierce. That roster had a combined 490 playoff games. And that playoff veteran leadership, I felt, really helped this young core to grow.
Minnesota calls timeout. And a new group getting ready for the Wizards. Gortat's checked in for Webster. Nene comes in for Chris Humphries. Bradley Beal's checked in for Allen Anderson. And John Wall subbed in for Gary Neal. And Rubio kicks to Towns. Wiggins drives. Oh!
Forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend. Take it to the hoop.
And how, Clark? Brilliant throwdown.
Just exerting his authority on that play.
Porter, no luck.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down. Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
Got a hand on it. Here's Gortat. Out of bounds. Washington takes possession.
And a look here at the Wizards, how they ranked in the NBA last season. 6th in assists. They were 6th in field goal percentage. And also, they were in the top 10 when it came to fast break points. I mean, they weren't afraid to play the game at a fast pace and run a little bit.
And you go back to their passing, just a fun style to watch. And I think it really helped the chemistry. A team that shared and played for each other. That always gives you an edge.
Timberwolves trail by 6. And it's Otto Porter with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
Minnesota making a switch here. Zhang's checked in. Rebound by John Wall.
You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
My kind of hoops. Straight ahead, playing downhill, and physical.
The Wizards shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good. Porter. It's now been a decade since the Minnesota Timberwolves played postseason basketball. Last trip to the postseason for the Wolves back in 2004.
Wow, that was a long time ago. And if you're wondering, that is the longest playoff drought in the league currently. Wolves want nothing more than to get back to playing playoff basketball, and featuring the #1 pick in last year's draft will help.
Good way to start, you're right. Washington leading now by 8. And that one's good. 10 points here for Beal.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Just no resistance on the interior.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
Last season at both sides of the coin for the Wizards started out very hot, but then just could not keep it going.
Well, you know, the start was extremely hot. 19-6, which tied a franchise best that record. After that, though, they played close to 500 ball the rest of the time.
And here's Wall outside. Can't get it to go. Good D by Rubio. Timberwolves trail by 9. Down low. Here's Towns. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins.
And the Wizards really struggled post All-Star break, playing under 500. Still, though, they seem to pull things together at the very end and on into the postseason.
Well, there's no denying it. The Wizards had some bumps, and you mentioned that. Some weeks they look like a lottery team. Then the next, they look like a title contender. They knew how to make the most of their games when they did get hot, though.
The Timberwolves have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. Rubio, the pass to Martin.
Cutting into the lead with a huge one-hand throwdown.
That's how to get your team back into it.
Yes, sir.
I tell you what, guys, that might also put a little spark into those guys.
And Wall kicks to Porter. Another one falls for Washington.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here.
Even when they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular. And he pulled it off.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it.
I agree. I mean, now's when you need a spark, something electric to get your teammates fired up. Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
For Minnesota, they have made 4 free throws from the line and missed 2. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Towns. Bielitsa comes in for Kevin Garnett. Muhammad, he's checked in for Kevin Martin. And Jones subbed in for Ricky Rubio. The Timberwolves shot 5 of 8 from the foul line. Free throw good, Wiggins.
You know, he didn't get to the line in that entire first quarter. But right now, he's showing some aggressiveness out there.
There's 21 seconds left to play in the first half. Beal from long range. Rebound by Bielitsa. Wiggins against Wall. Wiggins drives in. Rejected by Wall. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. It's the Wizards leading by 4. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter. Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. You look at Andrew Wiggins in this game, he's been everywhere.
And he just went off in those first 2 quarters, guys. He's capable of doing that on a consistent basis as well. So we might see some changes from a defensive standpoint as they try to disrupt his rhythm in the second half.
You know, guys, I think you've got to make some sort of change. I mean, they can't let him continue to torch him up like he has been.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. You look at Andrew Wiggins in this game, he's been everywhere.
And the defense was soft in that first half, and he took advantage every chance he could. And boy, was he throwing it down hard.
Yes, sir. He has had too many uncontested runs to the hoop. But even if a defender's gotten there, it's been posterized time.
And on the floor for Randy Whitman as we get into the second half. Nene and Gortat team up in the paint. The talented Wall and Beal team up in the backcourt. And it's Porter in at the 3. Looking at the Wizards, they weren't as lauded as other teams last season, but the Wizards were a ferocious group on defense. Numbers support that. Their activity, Greg, could really bother teams.
Yeah, I mean, on the surface, oftentimes people look at them and think offense, but it really was, to your point, Kevin, the defense was the strength of that group. I mean, they do get out in transition, but it was the defense, I thought, that really allowed them to become elite.
The drive by Rubio. Towns. That's good. It's Rubio with the assist. Rubio's got 5 assists in the game. Wizards leading by 4. Free throw line jump shot. And it comes off the front of the rim.
Even with that miss, they're shooting 75% coming out of the break. That's a strong start to the half. He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
Beal from long range. Beal can't get that one to fall. For Minnesota, they've gone 4-6 from the field since the start of the third. Here's Muhammad. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there.
And although he doesn't quite get the block, he does get the missed field goal attempt because of his ability to alter the shot.
Well, almost as effective as a block. I mean, made him completely change his release point, and I think that caused the miss.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry. And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Gorgie Dang comes in for Kevin Garnett. And Zach LaVine subbed in for Ricky Rubio. Here's Beal. Got a piece of it. Muhammad dishes to Martin. Porter with the steal. Here's Beal. That's good. And so Wall with the assist. Wall's got 9 assists now tonight.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it. And you can tell he's hungry because that's how you eat away at a lead right there. Make some highlight reel plays and shake that defense up.
Well, Greg, you're right. Not all 2 points are the same. Not when they come on a stuff like that one.
Well, I like the craftiness in this game. I mean, he can distribute or he can attack the basket, just like we saw right there.
And stolen by Jang. And now the Timberwolves on the break. And the jam by LaVine.
That is such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
And it's one thing to get the steal, but to so alertly turn it into a transition opportunity, even better.
Oh! Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, you know, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
I'm startled that he would even try something like that at this stage of the game.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington.
And he clearly doesn't like what's going on out there right now.
Would you? I mean, how could he like what's happening? Really had to take a timeout there and try to figure out a way to derail their momentum.
And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Kevin Garnett is checked in for Gorgie Dang. Andrew Wiggins comes in for Shabazz Muhammad. And Ricky Rubio is subbed in for LaVine. And a new group getting ready to come in for Washington. Martell Webster, he's checked in for Gortat. Humphreys comes in for Nene. Allen Anderson's checked in for Bradley Beal. And Gary Neal subbed in for John Wall. Rebound. Kick Ruby. They're on a 14-5 run.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling.
And pushing it up again is Minnesota, again in transition.
Loving the energy right now here in the third quarter as they try to take control of this game.
And I really think this is the time to do it because this is a real important juncture in the ball game right here.
Well, points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. Timberwolves lead by 7. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. And the final period of play just about to start. Wizards trail by 7. Bielitsa is out there with Gorgie Dang. Then it's Wiggins. And there's Pekovic. And it's Jones in at point guard. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Timberwolves.
And they haven't been pushed around in the paint at all in this game. They have been the aggressors.
Something that also stands out tonight is the number of assists they have. I mean, that's a mark of a good club.
Zach LaVine's checked in for Andrew Wiggins. And a new group getting ready for the Wizards. Gortat's checked in for Webster. Dudley comes in for Otto Porter Jr. Beal's checked in for Allen Anderson. And John Wall's subbed in for Gary Neal. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Towns, he's checked in for Nikola Pekovic. Garnett comes in for Gorgie Dang. Wiggins is checked in for Bielitsa. And Ricky Rubio is subbed in for Jones. Nene, he's checked in for the Wizards.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
And with that shot, the Minnesota leaders cut down to 8 on the bucket from Dudley.
Great job to hit his teammate on that move, Kevin.
And it's Wiggins missing. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
And good on the basket. Book it.
Defensively, they can't afford to back off of him that much. You don't want to be giving up easy threes, especially at this stage of the game.
He dishes it to Rubio. Shot clock at 6. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. Wizards trail by 8. And Wall kicks to Dudley. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Dudley's got 5 points now this quarter.
Man, they came out smoking here from beyond.
And Greg, as hot as they are from out there, absolutely no reason at all not to just keep letting them fly.
Minnesota calls timeout. Last season for the Timberwolves, it was a struggle most of the season. Young teams tend to do that, but they didn't have, unfortunately, Greg, much luck at home.
You know, they basically limped their way to a league-worst 9-32 record at home. Part of taking your lumps as a young team. Let's see how they respond this season.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Flip Saunders was saying to his club. He wants to make sure they stay assertive and aggressive on the offensive end, saying, I don't want to sit on this lead. Let's build on it and not give them a chance of coming back. Guys?
Tayshaun Prince has checked in for Minnesota.
You know, not everything was bad for the Wolves at home. I mean, they did have several highlight reel plays and also found their way to the foul line a lot. Biggest free throw differential at home in the league last season.
Looking to end his cold spell. Higgins with the block. And here comes the break. And then LaVine with the jam.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
I tell you what, it's the love to go up and jam like that.
Washington calls timeout.
And really the problem for the Wolves at home It's the same problem they had all season. I mean, their defense was atrocious. Worst field goal percentage against at home in the entire league last season.
Washington making some changes. Otto Porter Jr., he's checked in for Gortat. And Gary Neal subbed in for Bradley Beal. Porter with the screen for Wall. He's looking for Porter and finds him. And he banks in the layup.
I tell you what, you don't want to allow too many of those kinds of baskets with the game on the line.
This is when the defenders really have to protect the basket. You need to be in sync as a unit defensively.
To the right side. Puts up a three. And again, Washington with the triple.
They're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results right now.
You're right. 3 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Stolen by Dudley. Moving it up. Here's Neal. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Now just a 2-point Timberwolves lead. Here's Levine. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
How about that now? What a sensational finish.
Oh, got to be able to get some hang time to do that one.
Yeah, you got to rise and levitate.
Suspend yourself.
Yeah, levitate.
Almost. How about the glide in and then also to reverse it?
And oh, here we go. Prince has got it. The fast break chance. Using his post move to get the 2 points. And now a 6-point Timberwolves lead.
Just too dominant in the low post to let him have the ball in that close.
Really simple opportunity for him. I mean, that's his bread and butter there.
All the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
Martin's checked in for Minnesota. Ricky Rubio comes in for Tayshaun Prince. And a change for the Wizards. Beal's checked in for Gary Neal. Whoa! That's not as easy as he made it look, guys. You've got to have some skills to pull that baby off.
Well, he's got plenty of those skills necessary.
And just a nice bucket there to really just sustain that lead.
Well, a few more possessions like that, and they'll do more than sustain the lead, Greg. I think they'll start to put this thing away by pulling away. That's how to orchestrate for your teammate. Terrific pass.
Wall dishes to Dudley.
Solid job by them on the glass here tonight. +8 in rebounding.
You know what? That rebound has always been a critical element of the game, and that's why they are now understanding how to win.
Over to the wing. Off target from 3-point range.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, you hope that's not indicative of the type of D they're going to play, because if they do, they're going to have struggles with him tonight.
And it's Otto Porter with the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. There's 38 seconds left to play in the final quarter.
I don't want to say they're trying to run up the score here, but they do keep adding to the lead.
Well, I know you don't want to say it, but I will, partner. I mean, they're trying to run the score up here. It's plain and simple. They're trying to throw salt all in that wound.
This game's finally gotten away from them.
Yeah, it certainly has. I mean, there's not really much they can do at this point.
And the shot is good.
Man, this 4th quarter has been tremendous. They have been exceptional from deep.
Yeah, a bunch of their points coming from long range here. A major barrage.
There's Beal with the 3. No good. Good D by Rubio. On the wing, Wiggins. No good there. And so the Timberwolves take the win. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but Clark, a win nonetheless.
Yeah, and it appeared to me as though the fans gave them the emotional boost they needed down the stretch, Kevin. This crowd was not going to let this one slip away.
And that about does it for the first game of the new NBA season. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, And now the award-winning Ernie Johnson will take it from here. We'll see you next time. Canada Center is filled to capacity. Well, we can finally say it. The NBA regular season is about to get underway. And here at 2K Sports, we couldn't be happier. Hi, this is Kevin Harlan, joined by my partners, Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. And you can feel the energy here in Air Canada Center. The Raptors looking to please their fans in this Eastern Conference matchup. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. And New York, looking at who they've got. Porzingis is out there with Anthony. Then there's Aflalo. Then there's Robin Lopez. And it's Galloway in at the point. And so it's the Knicks getting on the board first. Lowry for three. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession. In the last few years, the Toronto fans have made a strong case for being the loudest in the league. And Greg, you know, the Air Canada Center can sound like a 60,000 capacity crowd during the playoffs.
It is really unreal. It gives the Raptors a huge advantage here at home. Toronto and Canada will always be hockey first, but they love their Raptors here in the North.
Pass to Porzingis. Anthony's shot is off.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed. Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time. You know, the Raptors were top 5 in attendance last season as well. I mean, fans had plenty to cheer about as the team finished with 27 home wins on the year.
New York's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time. A baseline J. And DeRozan with the basket on the assist by Lowry.
And the Raptor franchise record for home wins is 30, set back in 07. And you get the feeling with the way the crowd gets into it, that record won't stand much longer.
Deflects the pass. And here's Aflalo for three. That's good. Aflalo's got a couple of threes now in the first for New York. Last game for the Raptors, they picked up the W against the Los Angeles Lakers. Now here's DeRozan. And he gets it to go from the corner. DeRozan's got his second bucket.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here.
Just trying to get a break in the action to clear some heads here. I mean, they've gone ice cold, and not a bad idea to give them a little quick breather.
Yeah, they needed the timeout here. Anything to try to get them to forget about the missed shots and get themselves back on track.
For New York, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field. Teardrop shot. That's good. The Raptors have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Lowry. They grabbed their own miss. That's good.
You know what? Didn't find a very good shot on that possession, but still able to get 2 points.
The shot by Anthony, no good.
You know, Dwayne Casey was once a player at Kentucky, took me and hosted me on my recruiting visit at Kentucky back in 1979. Actually got his coaching start at the school as well.
And so here is New York. Raptors knocking down the tray.
Oh, man, still a goose egg for him in the scoring column.
Outside Carroll. It's rebounded by New York. This, of course, their first chance to take a look at this year's Toronto squad. Follow the pass to Anthony. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line. New York shooting their first free throw of the evening.
Yeah, and fairly decent a season ago, about 77% from the line.
And you can't take those numbers lightly, fellas. I mean, their free throw shooting made a difference for them in a lot of their games last season.
Toronto shooting their first free throws of the night right here.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
You know, success at the line just became contagious for them. A few guys got on a roll, and it carried over to the rest of the team.
Screen by Scola, and it's DeRozan missing.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face. I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
James Johnson's checked in for Damari Carroll. Here's Valanciunas.
Make it two hands for safety. That's what they say, right, Kevin?
Yeah, that's right. You got it. And he was also safe with that dunk.
No reason not to be.
And guys, as he should be, remove all doubt on that attack.
Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game. And guys, isn't it great to see a player who works that hard on the glass at both ends?
Well said, G. That's the way he has built, you know, his reputation. Clark grinding away, 100% effort all the time.
And you know, Kevin, all that effort pays off. How many of those spectacular putback jams do we see from this guy? A bunch. His shooting percentage is really solid so far, fellas. Good start to this game for him.
That's good. And that's now 9 points for Carmelo Anthony.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
DeRozan's shot is good.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But
and a high-scoring first quarter. Both teams really filling it up. Knicks lead by 1. We'll be back shortly live from the Air Canada Centre in downtown Toronto. And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And looking at what we've seen from the Knicks so far, what do you guys think?
It's been about the effort. Love the hustle they've shown here in the first.
yeah, it's due to their hustle, as you said, Greg, and it's showing up on the scoreboard, too.
Toronto trailing. DeRozan and Johnson on the wings. Jonas Valanciunas is out there with Scola. And it's Joseph in at the 1. That's the group for Toronto to start the second quarter.
I mean, the Knicks were bad last year, and it became evident early on. As the season grew older, more and more of their national coverage games were being pulled.
Back to DeRozan. Screen by Scola. From the arc. The shot no good. And New York will come the other way. For the Knicks, losing a lot of nationally televised games, too. It seemed like every time they were on, they were losing. It might have been a blessing in disguise.
Well, I hope they look at it in a positive vein. It did give them a chance to focus on player development there in New York. Also allowed them to shut down Melo for the season.
And Toronto making a change here. Ross is checked in. Calderon against DeRozan. Williams kicks to Calderon. 5 to shoot. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Scola's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
Well, Kevin, a look here at last year in the NBA where the Raptors ranked. 2nd in free throw percentage. 3rd in fewest turnovers per game. And they also showed up in the top 5 in overall offense. This team has no trouble scoring the basketball. That's the least of their concerns. They love to get it up and down and put it in the hole.
And looking back at their superb free throw percentage, it speaks volumes about their skill level and mental focus. They had very few letdowns in concentration.
Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Here's Joseph. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Here's Grant. Finished off the break.
Don't you love the chemistry? Those guys work so well together in the open floor.
Skolik kicks to Joseph. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Joseph's got his first 3 points of the game.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that D can afford to give him.
Calderon. Here's Serafin. And he gets it to go.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow, just like he got there.
Damari Carroll's checked in for the Raptors. Wright comes in for Joseph. And then for New York, Porzingis, he's checked in for Amundsen. Anthony comes in for Derek Williams. And it's a Flalo in for Grant. Wright dishes to Scola. And Wright, here we go. It's hauled in by Porzingis. Porzingis has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
They've been the glass eaters today, guys. A ton of effort out of them down low.
It's been a difference maker for them in this game. That's what's put them in front.
Guys, that makes it 2 straight seasons now that the Raptors have been the cream of the crop in the Atlantic Division. Ended the season with a franchise best 49-33 record.
Raptors trail by 6. Carroll for 3. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Just a grinder, always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass, and that's one of the things he brings to the table.
Anthony with the bucket. Anthony's got 11 points.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Deep 2 from Carroll. Hits the front of the rim and out.
Well, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down. Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
He gives them a double-digit lead. For Carmelo Anthony. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for New York.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
Go off when I enter the building. I drink some, keep it in my poncho, light up like Castro, blow out from get-go, pro when I said go, grow like an afro, play like Ronaldo,
Welcome, everyone, to a brand new season of NBA basketball. I'm sure you're as excited as all of us are here at 2K Sports as we get ready to start the season in style. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. Here in Brooklyn, we have an interconference matchup with the Nets looking to create some cheers for their home crowd. And this matchup with Los Angeles, hard to believe, just the first game of the NBA's 82-game regular season schedule. They controlled everything in both games last year, going 2-0.
And last season, they made short work of this club. 2 games, 2 wins.
They may have wished for more games against them. A definite disparity in talent. We'll see if they take advantage again tonight.
Now let's check out our starters for the Los Angeles Lakers. Kobe and Randall, the forward duo. Russell is out there with Clarkson. And it's Hibbert in the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
And last season, the Nets made sure nobody went off against them. They would lose games, but they did a great job of limiting an opposing star from taking over.
First quarter, just over a minute played. The kick out to Brown. Good on the triple. Brown's got his first 3 points of the game.
Yeah, poor job defensively, giving him such a clear look at the basket from three-point range.
And Bryant slams it in.
And everybody out of the way. I mean, clear the lane. We've got some rims to rattle.
What a sensational play to get to the rack for the slam.
Strong interior move. Aggressive, assertive, and effective.
And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. That one a little long. Looking at the last game for the Brooklyn Nets, it was a loss to the Philadelphia 76ers. Brown outside. And a great assist by Jack as that one goes in. Brown's got 6 points.
Just a little confusion among the D as to who was supposed to be on it.
Brooklyn's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a one-footer. Come on now.
And a lot of teams look at data-driven approaches. Coach Scott is not one of those guys. He's an old-school coach who goes with his own perception.
Poked away. Kicks it out to Johnson. And the Nets, another 3.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
Here's Russell. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. And former coach of the year, Byron Scott, now with the Lakers. And as you said, Greg, he's not an analytics guy. And Clark, I think he's a guy that the eye test for him is huge.
Yeah, he feels a lot. Terrific communicator and storyteller. Great experience as a player and as a champion. And I think that all is evident in his coaching style.
And he gets it to go.
Everything going according to the script for them offensively so far.
Clark, shots be falling. That's for sure. They're scoring with a tremendous amount of confidence.
You went straight playground old school there, partner.
A big group substitution here for the Lakers. Sacre, he's checked in for Hibbert. Bass comes in for Randall. Young's checked in for Jordan Clarkson. And Lewis Williams subbed in for Russell. And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, here's Kobe.
In building this lead, they've done a terrific job finishing their defensive sequences with the backboard. That has been key.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. Not one second chance bucket for the opposition. They're
Whoa!
Goodness. Woo! How about that now? What a sensational finish.
Oh, got to be able to get some hang time to do that one.
Yeah, you got to rise and levitate.
Suspend yourself.
Yeah, levitate.
Almost. How about How about the glide in and then also to reverse it?
And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That's going to be on Jarrett Jeff. Lakers shooting their initial free throws of the game right here. The first one falls. The Lakers weren't very good at all last season, Clark, and they just didn't have any teeth in their road games.
Well, you know, they shot threes on the road well, Kevin. Top percentage in the league, as a matter of fact. Still, they just couldn't hold on to leads.
And the Lakers would end with a road record of 9-32. That is a franchise worst for them and sums up the year they had away from Staples.
Usually, if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
Brown dishes to Jack. This one for 3. And that one's good. Jack's got 5.
They're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results right now.
You're right. 3 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc. That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. It's the Nets. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. Let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for Brooklyn.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
And also another aspect of their game that's been super so far tonight is how they've been sharing the basketball.
So for the Lakers right now, we've got Randall. Jordan Clarkson is out there with Russell. Then it's Roy Hibbert. And it's Young in at the small forward.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
The drive by Russell. Can't cash in on the 10-foot jumper. Last game for Brooklyn, it was a loss to the 76ers in Philadelphia. Here's Hollis Jefferson. The offensive rebound. Robinson passes to Hollis Jefferson. And another shot. And stolen by Russell. Here's Clarkson. And Bargnani sends it back. And it's out of bounds. The Lakers able to retain possession here. And we've played just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
2 shots.
You know, the Nets really kind of drifted along for the first part of last season, treaded water. But after the All-Star break, they stepped on the gas, put themselves right back in the playoff picture.
As you mentioned, the Nets were great after the break, had the 3rd best record post-All-Star break in the East.
Yeah, and how about winning 13 of their first 22 after the break? And sometimes with a new coach and system, it takes a while to kind of figure things out. And that seemed to be the case with the Nets last year.
Offensive rebound.
A really good rebound in traffic. That's what the big fella's there for.
Last game for the Lakers, it was a loss to the Raptors. Picked by Bargnani. Here's Sloan. The Lakers with the rebound.
And this is why you need good defenders on the interior to contest shots.
Yeah, Greg, making every shot a hard one, even the shots in close. I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points, not the dramatic.
Oh, come on, Clark. He had to go for it, didn't he?
Yeah, but hey, he's an athlete, and I can't fault him for that one, although if he missed it, I might have.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. On occasions last year, the Lakers were all right on offense. Other times, they were just stagnant. There was just no motion, nothing going on.
That's a great point. And their ball movement could use some work. A lot of ISOs last season, and it killed a lot of the flow the team had in the half court.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Young's checked in for Bargnani. Johnson comes in for Thomas Robinson. Markel Brown, he's checked in for Wayne Ellington. And Jarrett Jack is subbed in for Donald Sloan. Here's Randall. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. And the Lakers lead by 1.
You know, for the Lakers, they were okay in the assist department, guys, but they were dead last in the league in secondary assists. That, to me, is indicative of an inefficient offense and also a new stat category.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
Russell kicks to Young. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Johnson can't hit. And it's the Lakers ball. Big run right now going for him, 11-2.
And for the Lakers and that secondary assist stat, that just means they aren't making the extra pass, or it means they are holding on to the ball too long. Either way, it hurts the offense.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
Well, clearly the Lakers were not a great team. I mean, they did have one of their better bench units last season. They led the league in points off the bench, but that was more an indictment of the quality of the starters than the firepower of the bench.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Robert Sacre, he's checked in for Hibbert. Bass comes in for Randall. Kobe's checked in for Nick Young. And it's Williams in for Clarkson. Jack for 3. It's rebounded by Bass. Last year, the Lakers did have some firepower off the bench. A lot of players would see their roles shift during the year, as you might expect for a team trying to find the right combination.
Yeah, they were also near the top in the league in bench minutes played. So whether you start or come off the bench last year in L.A., you'll see plenty of action. And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
And another fast break for Brooklyn. The Nets are running. And the shot is good. And now it's a 3-point Brooklyn lead.
Well, that's why they're on the lead. Aggressive play at both ends. Very nicely done there.
Absolutely. They make the steal, pay dividends instantly on the fast break.
And finished off by Brown.
Whoa, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm. And just a nice bucket there to really just sustain that lead.
Well, a few more possessions like that, and they'll do more than sustain the lead, Greg. I think they'll start to put this thing away by pulling away.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved a layup with that foul, and you'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
That free throw good from Brown. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. Outside, Kobe. Young with the steal. No good. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Nets out in front as they score 11 unanswered points to close out the quarter. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway. And the third quarter about ready to get underway. now the third quarter about to get going. Lakers trail by 8. Brown at the 2 with Johnson at the 3. Hollis Jefferson is out there with Young. And it's Jack in at the 1. So that's the Nets 5. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And I love the fact that he didn't have to slow down or adjust there. The pass was just timed perfectly.
The baseline J. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
The Lakers have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one. Good on the second free throw. After the Nets' big moves the past couple years, they were looked at as an older team, but you break it down, and you know, Greg, they're not as old as you think.
Actually had the 5th youngest team of anyone in the postseason. And so, though they seem older just because so many of their players had playoff experience or came into the league at a young age.
Johnson the screen. Brown dishes to Jack. No good from outside.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you should miss. And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
And, you know, for the Nets, the roster's average age was about 2 years younger at the end of the 2015 season than where they were at the end of 2014. They made a point to get younger.
Again, the Nets for 2.
He's got to be a little embarrassed for joining the Paratroopers Club on that pump fake.
Here's Bryant. Buries it down low. Kobe's got 8 points.
And even though the Nets were younger last season, they were tough in tight games, playing really like a bunch of veterans, and went 10-2 on the year in games decided by 3 or fewer points.
The dish to Clarkson. Back to Bryant. The rebound by Young.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at him.
His ball distribution. Tonight, just as good as it gets.
Yeah, it sure has been. I mean, all you have to do is look at the numbers. There's no lying in those totals.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Young's checked in. Clarkson passes to Randall. Hibbert at the elbow. And he uses the glass on the layup. Hibbert's got 5 points so far.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Jack passes to Hollis Jefferson. Here's Brown. Let's keep it alive. Oh!
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either.
That's right.
I tell you what, I used to love to go up and jam like that.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out, almost like the 1-2 punch.
And that one's good.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Here's Hibbert, and he bangs it home with one hand.
Up high and down hard with the one-hander.
Got a little extra forceful with that one, didn't he? Huh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and I think that's going to rouse up his teammates, no doubt. And, guys, the Lakers last season were just a completely different team after Kobe's injury. Not so much in results, but just in how they played on the floor. They actually fared better without Kobe than most thought they would.
Timeout called, the Nets. And for the Lakers, without Kobe last season, it was really a stark difference in styles of play and quality. No single person, Clark, stepped in to carry their offense. It took a group effort.
Well, you know, it was almost April, Kevin, before somebody surpassed Kobe in field goal attempts on the team. It'll be interesting to see how they build the offense this year.
Some changes for the Lakers. Robert Sacre, he's checked in for Hibbert. Bass comes in for Randall. And Lewis Williams subbed in for Jordan Clarkson. And Young kicks to Jack. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Johnson against Bass. Goes back up. That one wide left.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
That's good.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, well, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
And Young with the stuff.
That's how you make it happen, guys. Ball pressure and then a run out.
And that's how you flip the script in terms of momentum right there.
And Jack, here we go. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting two. Brooklyn shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
And they were 75% from the line a season ago.
So Johnson hits two of them.
Well, you know, the Nets were able to sneak into the playoffs as the 8th seed last year. Had some good wins against the Western Conference, and that really was a big boost for them getting to the postseason.
Nets leading by 6.
And with the time left, they still can go 2 for 1.
Boy, they've got to do it fast. They must hurry from here.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
Russell, he's checked in for Los Angeles. And that one's good. And it's now only a 1-point Nets lead.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Textbook. Really, when you look at how they're playing, they are having their way down low.
Johnson dishes to Jack. Johnson, the pass to Jack. Brown outside. 3 seconds left. That's good from Johnson on the assist by Brown. Brown's got assist number 5 here tonight. And the game still closely contested as we end the third quarter. All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. Brooklyn leading by 3. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Roy Hibbert is out there with Brandon Bass. Then it's Williams. And there's Bryant. And it's Russell in at the point. All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for the Nets.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition? or on the fast break tonight. That's been a huge factor as well.
Ryan in the post. Johnson's there. And the dunk by Kobe.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why, I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
They get it back. Hollis Jefferson. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there. That's on Lewis Williams. And the first one drops. Some changes for the Lakers. Julius Randle comes in for Brandon Bass. And it's Jordan Clarkson in for Williams.
And they're doing a better job of working themselves to the line here in the second half.
This is how you do it. That's exactly how you do it. Defender pressing up on you, you press right back.
Here's Kobe. And that one comes up a bit short.
You could tell he assumed he'd be able to beat the defensive coverage even though it was all over. Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
And that one falls for Hibbert.
Kevin, you look at their free throw percentage. They've been very efficient from the line today. That's a big factor.
And Hibbert hits them both. Nets leading by 5. And stolen by Russell. Passes to Hibbert. Here's Clarkson. Rebounded by the Nets. They've led by as much as 10. Ahead. Here's Johnson. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got his 6th assist on the night. Lakers trail by 7. That's tipped. Young with the steal. And stolen by Russell. Young with the steal. Johnson, that's for 2. The Lakers with the rebound. Hibbert's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Brooklyn's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Jack's shot is good.
He might not have the long-range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that. Remember, for a long time, flopping was like the #1 concern in the NBA. I mean, it still happens a lot, but the rules have curbed it quite a bit. We have seen less and less flopping the last few years.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Byron Scott coaching his team during the break. He warned his team to get back in transition defense, saying they're giving up way too many fast break buckets, and he wants an end to it. He said, hey, let's slow the tempo and make them take some tough shots. A sound defensive strategy, Kevin.
Some doubted how the flopping fines would have worked. Overall, there have been less egregious flops for the better in the NBA.
Yeah, and there will always be room for embellishment, but I like the fines because it really does minimize the number of extravagant flops. Guys have adjusted, and they're not laying down as much as they used to.
And taken away by Brown. All alone. Oh! The rim rattler.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now.
That's straight up Showtime stuff right there, baby. Major highlight reel material. You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was 1 step late that time, Greg.
And Kobe, here we go. There's the killer 2-handed slam.
Solid work on the back end of that play.
Yeah, finish hard with 2 hands on the stuff.
Yeah, nothing extravagant, guys, but again, no need on that one.
Really opportunistic basketball there. And when they desperately needed it, timely, opportunistic basketball.
And it really couldn't have come at a better time. I mean, they've got to take even more chances on defense now. Try to get some more of those steals to start the break.
Shooting for Brooklyn, Hollis Jefferson. Taking 2 shots.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. And he can't make the second free throw either, missing both. Here's Clarkson. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
Brooklyn's gotten just 1 of 4 three-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Now kicks to Jack. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the official.
And he ends up making the second, and that narrows the gap to 1.
Boy, that's a huge point he left at the line. Really puts pressure on them to get a stop here.
There's Brown with the 3. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Here's the Lakers with the ball. Big run right now going for him, 11-2. On, here we go. Jack heading to the hoop. Money!
Boy, what a pressure bucket that was.
Greg, now that's coming through in the clutch.
The drive by Bryant. Sinks it. And that shot brings them to within just 1. Clark, a critical possession right here.
Boy, Kevin, you can just feel the crowd on pins and needles right now.
Johnson dishes to Jack. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
You had a foul to give there, but you'd rather not have it cost your team points.
I agree. I mean, you would have been better off using it on the floor and not on the shot. But the foul had to come either way, so it is what it is.
So he gets them both, and it's a 3-point game.
And the perfect time to be perfect at the line. Only a 3 can tie it now.
Bryant drives in. Up top, Randall. Pass to Russell. He dishes it to Kobe. Shoots from 12. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Money!
And if you thought this game was over already, you're probably right.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, it's staring us right in the face, and we've been around long enough to know when a game is over. And this one is in that category.
Timeout called the Lakers. They're behind by 5. 9 seconds left in the fourth. Guys, what do you think?
Yeah, coaches tell them take the easy points in a hurry and then foul as soon as possible.
Yeah, but you don't want to foul blindly, though. I think teams make a mistake when they do that. Go for the steal. See if you can force a mistake. And then see what happens after that.
Timeout called the Lakers. Guys, your thoughts?
Yeah, they can call all the timeouts they want, but really, I don't think it matters at this point.
Yeah, I'm ready to go home just like the players are. There's nothing they can do to salvage this one right now. Let's go. Get out of here. Game done.
He summed it up.
I was going to say, yeah, I don't think we need to comment after that.
Adios. And so it's Brooklyn with the win. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
They certainly put on a good show here at home, and I think they felt they had the edge and that extra little bit of confidence.
And that'll do it for the first game of the NBA season. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning
Hey, boy, up from the land till I die, till I die, on the east side till I die, till I die, rocking that wine and gold till I die, till I die, in the hood I'm good till I die, CLE till I die, everywhere I gon' puttin' on, puttin' on, puttin' on, everywhere I gon' puttin' on, puttin' on, puttin' on, everywhere I gon' puttin' on, puttin' on, puttin' on, everywhere I gon' puttin' on, puttin' on, what you want, step under the court like 2-3.
Welcome, everyone, to a brand new season of NBA basketball. I'm sure you're as excited as all of us are here at 2K Sports as we get ready to start the season in style. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. Here in Portland, we have an interconference matchup with the Blazers looking to create some cheers for this home crowd. And this matchup with the Hawks, it's their first game of the NBA's regular season. They took the loss in this East versus West matchup during the regular season last year, dropping both games. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the court for Atlanta. Teague and Korver are the guards. Horford is out there with Kent Bazemore, and it's Splitter in at the 5. So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
And for the past few seasons, Portland's bench has really been their Achilles heel. I mean, last year they showed some improvement. The reserves play stole the game for them on more than one occasion, but still wouldn't be considered a strength.
And Lillard kicks to Aminu. 5 on the clock. His three-pointers off the mark. Goes up. Oh, and the jam by Bazemore. The rim rattler.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now.
That's straight up Showtime stuff right there, baby. Major highlight reel material.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish. Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
Teague for 3. Over to the wing. And the slam dunk by Bazemore.
And he gives that rim a good tug on the way down.
That's how you drive your point home.
I tell you what, he's lucky on that one that he got away with maybe not picking up a tee. And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Teague kicks it to Bazemore. And it's Portland with the rebound.
You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough. A surreal alley-oop that time, partner.
The pass, Clark, the catch, the dunk, all of it perfect.
Precision at its finest.
And guys, it had to be, because not nearly as easy a play as they made it look.
Well, he's an undersized center, but he more than makes up for it with some serious leaping ability.
That's a 2 from Lillard. Here's Henderson. He makes another one. That's 4 up and 4 in to start his game.
Impeccable mechanics this quarter. He's been perfect from the field.
Davis with the double team. Pass to Horford. The Hawks working the ball around. Splitter kicks it to Bazemore. Shoots the 3. That is good. Bazemore's got 7 points in the game.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
For Portland, they've gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. Lillard attacking. Good work defensively by Horford.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Here's Aminu. Will not go. This is off the front iron.
You know, there was plenty to be happy about last year in Atlanta with the way the Hawks played. One sour note, though, was that the team was viewed as a potential buy for Seattle groups. That's how you make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered, The floor is open. Take care of business.
Always an advantage when you can get out in the open floor. You get much better rhythm offensively. And this lead, I think, is headed up.
A different look now for Portland. Chris Kamen's checked in for Plumlee. Myers Leonard comes in for Ed Davis. And McCollum subbed in for Gerald Henderson. And Atlanta will go for a different look here. Paul Millsap is checked in for Splitter. Cephalosha comes in for Kent Bazemore. Tim Hardaway Jr. is checked in for Kyle Korver. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Jeff Teague. Well, last season the Hawks not only had a great year on the floor as they were the top seed in the Eastern Conference, but they had a pretty good day at the bank too. They sold for a nice price. Looks like the team is going to stay in Atlanta where it belongs. Yeah,
and that's great news for Atlanta, and they were rewarded with a terrific season. The group, including Grant Hill, purchased the Hawks, and obviously will keep that group in Atlanta for many years to come.
Trailblazers leading by 3. McCollum, no good. Atlanta's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Hardaway for 3. Rebounded by McCollum. Fast break, here they come. Here's Lillard, and it's blocked. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession. Shot from the inbound to the middle. Back to Leonard. Fades. No good. Good work defensively by Millsap. Here's Schroeder. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
And really just led him to his sweet spot for that finish.
And here's McCollum for 3. And he gets it to go. McCollum's got his first 3 points of the game. Schroeder kicks to Cephalosha. From the arc. And the shot is good.
The rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the quality of that three-point shot attempt right there. Going at it the way they did, but it all worked out for them.
And at the end of one. Up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Trailblazers.
They've made the commitment to get out and run, and it's paid off with some highlight reel plays in transition.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
Portland leading. Henderson out there with Damian Lillard. Then there's Vonleh. Then there's Al-Farouq Aminu. And it's Plumlee in at the 5 down low. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Doubled by Vonleh. Korver with it. Lillard picks him up. Millsap misses. Portland did a lot of things right last year in their 51-win season. The one constant for them was how Greg played defense.
You know, Kevin, they were good all season long in terms of staying focused on that side of the ball. Really made sure to challenge every shot, and with their length and reach, they should be a factor defensively.
Bazemore inside the three-point line. Cans the shot from the wing.
Better to be lucky than good. Got that shot to fall.
They get a hand on it. They're running. Here's Korver. And he misses the go-ahead basket.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
The Hawks have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Back to Teague. And it's good from the elbow.
Wow, he was just wide open there. That's way too easy.
Portland trailing here. Plumlee with the screen. Here's Lillard. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
Look at the last game for the Atlanta Hawks. It was a win against New Orleans. Here's Bazemore. 9 points in the game so far. The three from Korver.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Better to be lucky than good sometimes. Fortunately, they didn't get burned on that one.
Here's Lillard. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Portland shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
At the line for 2.
And the first one at the line is good. Certainly the biggest surprise last year, Clark, was the play of the Atlanta Hawks. Few would have picked them to win the East at the start of the season.
Well, they did it, and they earned it. The Hawks didn't have any superstars on their roster, but they won with solid team play.
Ed Davis is checked in for Vonleh. For 3, Millsap, and he gets it to go. Millsap's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Teague, the pass to Korver. Down low. Here's Millsap. And that one is hammered home.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
And, Kevin, who says a point guard should look to pass first? I mean, not when you can finish like this fella.
Well, Clark, he wasn't going to give that opportunity up to a teammate.
Well, you know, Kevin, that's one he'll always take himself, and he should. I mean, you can't pass up that kind of opportunity or fun.
Now a timeout called by Portland.
And for the Hawks, they did end up with 4 All-Stars last season. As you said, it was all about how they worked together as a team.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Al Horford's checked in for Millsap. Cephalosha comes in for Kent Bazemore. Tim Hardaway Jr. is checked in for Kyle Korver. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Jeff Teague.
And, you know, around the NBA, the league recognized the Hawks were a complete team. Everybody played their role superbly. The NBA named all 5 of their starters the player of the week last year in an unprecedented move.
Here's McCollum following the bucket by the Hawks. That's good.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot the D can afford to give him.
Now here is Hardaway. He's tightly guarded. Shot clock at 6. And stolen by Vonleh. Oh, the jam by Harkless.
Man, he got fancy with that one, didn't he?
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open.
I tell you what, I like that, though, guys. Some coaches might not want you to make a play like that, but I tell you what, when you got the skills like that, I say go for it.
Splitter dishes to Cephalosha. Harkless with the steal. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. And it's a 4-point Trailblazer lead.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
Horford kicks it over to Schroeder. Harkless with the steal. Oh!
Ooh, rising and punching it on the young fella. You know he loves having that much of a height advantage. Best chance to get yourself on the highlight reel.
Schroeder kicks to Cephalosha. Here's Hardaway. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
And we welcome you back to start the quarter. Players had a chance to get hydrated with Gatorade. And there's certain to be some great basketball ahead for us. We're seeing a tremendous game from Damian Lillard.
And in terms of points in that first half, you know, he's now at a point where we expect him to perform that way.
And, Greg, that tells you all you need to know about what a talent he is. I mean, I'll bet he adds a lot more to his totals after the break.
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far. We're seeing a tremendous game from Damian Lillard.
And the thing I noticed most in that first half was his offense. He was not wasteful with his opportunities and also did a great job of converting with the chances he had.
I agree with you, Greg. Judicious shot selection. All of his looks were good looks.
And on the floor for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. Teague and Korver are the guards. Horford is out there with Splitter. And it's Bazemore and the three slot. And it's slammed in by Teague.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skills as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight.
Last season, Atlanta showed just how much fun a team can have playing team basketball, a complete team effort. We use that word a lot. You don't see it much in the NBA, but boy, they epitomized it, Clark.
Yeah, they sure did. Refreshing to see a team do that well collectively without a real superstar. Just a solid group that understood their roles and played them perfectly.
And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. And here's McCollum for three.
That's one for their first four to start the second half.
Kicks it to Vonleh. And down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And, Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
And, folks, it's not like the Hawks didn't have talent. I mean, they did have 4 All-Stars last year. None of them voted in, however.
Atlanta making a switch here. Millsap's checked in. Here's Bazemore. Kicks it to Teague. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Here's Korver for three. Clock at 4. And Bazemore slams it in.
Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, you know, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
I'm startled that he would even try something like that at this stage of the game.
You know, what shows you just how team-oriented the Hawks were last season was this stat. They never had anybody score more than 30 points for them in the game all season. Millsap had 30 points once early in the year, and that was the high mark for the team.
The Hawks trailed by 3. Teague against Frazier. Teague, the pass to Millsap. Back to Teague. Pass to Bazemore. Lets the 3 fly. And it's Portland with the rebound.
One made 3 formed for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see. Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Camus uses both hands to slam it down.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that 2-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Atlanta calls timeout.
And guys, you hear about how the Hawks are the jokingly referred to as the Spurs of the East. It has to do with their coach, Mike Budenholzer, who's really brought that philosophy here to Atlanta.
almost entirely new group here for Portland. Plumlee, he's checked in for Kaman. Davis comes in for Vonleh. Gerald Henderson, he's checked in for Harkless. And Damian Lillard is subbed in for Tim Frazier. Atlanta also making some changes here. Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for Kent Bazemore. Hardaway comes in for Kyle Korver. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Jeff Teague. Now here is Sefolosha. 5 points in the game. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. No good. And Atlanta will go the other way with it. And here's the fast break. Sefolosha leading the way. Horford dishes to Sefolosha. 54 seconds left to play in the third. Hardaway for three. And now Lillard running the floor all by himself. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lillard. The Hawks trail by 5.
Clearly a 2-for-1 situation here, guys.
Oh, without question, Greg. I mean, the wise move would be to get themselves a quick shot so they have an opportunity to get that 2-for-1.
Here's Davis. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Some big points there. I mean, they got him on a nice play to get the ball right to the bucket.
And exactly what they're looking for down the stretch, Clark. Just more of the same.
That's a 2 from Sefolosha. Great D on that shot, and it's off the mark. Lillard attacking. And the foul called on Paul Millsap. That's his first foul.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
Henderson. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got his third assist on the night. And that's it for the third quarter. Both teams scoring well as we head to the fourth. Trailblazers lead by 7. We're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of the fourth quarter next. The fourth quarter just moments away now as we welcome you back. Here's Teague. Lillard at the point with C.J. McCollum playing the 2. Henderson out there with Davis. And it's Plumlee in the center, filling out the middle. That's the group on the floor for Portland. And Lillard kicks to Davis. Feeds it to McCollum. Wide open look. Again, the Trailblazers score.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
And there's the feed to Horford. 5 to shoot. Bazemore inside the three-point line. And it's sent back by Plumlee. Second violation. That's a 2 from Lillard. And the shot falls short this time.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
The D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been of the three-point variety.
And you need the defense to stop the bleeding. And, folks, he does more than just put 2 points onto their lead. He does it with a little bit of flair.
He sure does. You're right. It's a dazzling move to the bucket for him.
I'll tell you what, he may not be the biggest man in the league, guys, but he more than makes up for that lack of size with amazing aerial skills.
Back to Teague. Pass to Korver. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line.
I mean, you never expect to get opportunities that easy coming down the stretch of a tight game.
As magical as the 2014 playoffs were for the Blazers, remember they beat Houston in that first round, that great shot by Lillard late to win it and move on. 2015, not as much. You know, Greg, they drew a very tough Memphis team, as you recall, in the first round.
Yeah, you often talk about styles making fights. Very similar in this series. They would go on to drop the first 3 games before being bounced, but still a good showing for a team that struggled mightily down the stretch with injuries.
Atlanta calls timeout.
And, you know, just as you said, Portland didn't have enough to get by the Grizzlies in the first round. Ended up losing in 5 after taking 1 game, and that was game 4. Just had a hard time breaking down the Memphis defense.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Hi, guys. I had a chance to find out what Mike Budenholzer was discussing with his guys. He actually lit into them pretty heavily, saying, we're being way too soft on the inside. I'd better start to see some toughness and more shots being challenged. No more easy baskets. Pretty strong words, guys.
Shot clock at 5. Bazemore for 3.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
The 3.
Well, he's come out a bit chilly here in the second half. Not nearly as effective as he was in the first.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end.
Another loss for the Blazers when they were the 4 seed, as you mentioned. As a franchise, they have lost in the first round every time they have ended up as the 4 seed. Not exactly a good position for them to be in.
And this has been purely a display of offense that we're seeing here today.
And, you know, it's only getting better as both of these teams' defenses are starting to show signs of wearing down.
And Davis throws it down.
Rock hard finish there, guys.
And only one hand needed for that one.
Yeah, and sometimes that's all you need. You know, the ill-advised threes isn't how you want to close the gap. They've got to have better shot selection.
Here's Lillard. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits. Lillard's got 6 points in the quarter. The Hawks trail by 10. Teague, the pass to Bazemore. And he jams it with authority.
Sheer, unadulterated power right there. I mean, he ripped it down with both hands.
Absolutely. A resounding dunk.
Just a take-no-chance slam by the big fella. Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Lets it go from deep. Korver with it. Now defended by McCollum. Outside Korver. And fouled as he went up to the dunk. Good aggressive move, and he'll shoot 2. It's going to be a Mason Plumlee.
And you don't like to concede the free throws, but it's better than getting flushed on.
Well, Greg, you know, there's no question about that. You played on a tough physical Knicks team during your NBA career, and that would fall right in line with a smart, strong foul right there.
I agree. Very good point. No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
The Hawks have gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. Outside Korver. Back to Teague. Inside. Korver dishes to Bazemore. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
I love how he establishes his post position inside before he converts.
.36 seconds left to play here in the fourth. A 3 from McCollum. Horford with the rebound.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, you hope that's not indicative of the type of D they're going to play, because if they do, they're going to have
The rim rattler.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now.
That's straight up Showtime stuff right there, baby. Major highlight reel material.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. They're down by 8. 16 seconds left in the fourth. What do you think, guys?
And look, this one's out of reach. I don't know what they're thinking with this timeout.
Neither do I. I mean, maybe they're going over their plans for after the game. Who knows? But let's just get out of here.
And that trip coming up empty, missing both. Now here's McCollum. Lillard again missing.
And sometimes we all just want to show people that we have the range.
Yeah, you speaking from experience? We already know how good his range is. He shouldn't be firing from that deep.
And so it's Portland winning this one. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
They certainly put on a good show here at home, and I think they felt they had the edge and that extra little bit of confidence.
And that'll do it for the first game of the NBA season. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke.
들던 그때보다 조금은 잃었어. 우리는 바보처럼 몸으로 부딪히면서 배웠어. 넘어질 때마다 일어서 다시 고쳤었지. 이력서 눈부신 성공의 신바람. 잠시나마 불어봤던 휘파람. 한 곡도 퇴근하기 전에 그림자처럼 날 따라온 비바람. 시기 질투 기대 압박을 못 이긴 몇 번의 실축. 자만 나태함 속에 던졌던 말로 홈런을 맞는 실투 다 끝. 난가 같았지만 우리 앞길을 막지 말라고 외치며 마음을 다 잡곤 했었지. 진짜 한치 앞도 안 보이는 가시밭길에서도 절대 유턴 없이 잘 봐라 느리로 의지하면서 둘이 딱 붙어갔지. 비극 지금 기가 아프지만 지나가 보면 웃음 나오는 희극. 그래서 우린 지금을 참고 살아. 난 미쳤다 생각하면서 keep dreaming. 희망이란 끈 잡고 살아.
이 험한 현실에서 아직 붙잡아두고 싶은 꿈. 넘고 힘든 삶의 능선 때론 포기하고 싶은 꿈. 너와 천천히 오래 걷고 싶어 until the end of time. 지금 난 간절히 원해 한 조각의 peace of mind. 에야오 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 이 도시에서 멍 때리는 것조차도 사치. 버릇처럼 내가 나를 착취해. 경추 쪽은 딱딱해지고 의식에 붙은 각질. 모두 비맑은 땀 대신 날 적시는 건 진땀이네. 잠든 시간에도 문제들이 쌓여. 눈 뜨자마자 결정해도 아직 익숙치 않은 타협. 시간을 도마 위에 식재료 썰듯 안 하면 하루는 순서가 뒤섞인 음식처럼 망가져. 지쳐도 경계하네 공허와 허무. 불안감 속에서 상기하네 15년 전 빈 털터리의 여유. 억울해도 납득돼 35년간의 필름이. 어쩌면 수치 맞은 삶 건축된 우리의 이름이 길르니 어두워지지 않게 서로를 비판하고 세상을 보는 시선 삐딱하게. 얼굴에 피어난 주름은 당연해 마치 아파치 no face. 평가는 다 끝난 다음에 해긴 인생의 레이스. 이 험한 현실에서 아직 붙잡아두고 싶은 꿈. 넘고 힘든 삶의 능선에서 때론 포기하고 싶은 꿈. 너와 천천히 오래 걷고 싶어 until the end of time. 지금 난 간절히 원해 한 조각의 peace of mind. 에야오 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 에야오
같아 고다니는 건 달라지고 빨라졌지만 결국 가는 데 같아 질리게 겪어도 사람 때문에 애 같아 이럴 때 보면 나도 아직 애 같아 살기보단 생존하기 바쁜 정수리는 넓어지고 평소가 작아지는 마음 속에 피어나줬으면 해 한 송이의 평화 진흙탕 속의 연화 이 험한 현실에서 아직 붙잡아두고 싶은 꿈 높고 힘든 삶의 능선에서 때론 포기하고 싶은 꿈 너와 천천히 오래 걷고 싶어 until the end of time 지금 난 간절히 원해 한 조각의 픽셀만
change, it's the same old thing. And the game won't change, it's the same old thing. Just the same old. Just the same old. Just the same old thing.
Do you recall not long ago when you would walk on the sidewalk? Innocent, remember? All we did was care for each other. But the night was warm, we were bold and young. All around, the wind blows, we would only hold on to let go. Focus, we need someone to lean on. Focus, all we need is somebody to lean on. Focus, we need someone to lean on. Focus, all we need is somebody to lean on. What will we do when we get old? Will we walk down the same road? Will you be there by my side, standing strong as the waves roll over? And the nights are long, longing for you to come home. All around, the wind blows, we would only hold on to let go. Focus, we need someone to lean on. Focus, all we need is somebody to lean on. Focus, we need someone to lean on. Focus, all we need is somebody to lean on.
HBK, yeah, you know how we. And I can't quit, all I know is. HBK, yeah, you know how we. And I can't quit, all I know is. in the six. And you should ignore these rappers, man. They say anything. Call me Susie Piggy Bank. I got plenty change. She rep HBK the over everything. Married to the game with the wedding rag. Everybody try to duplicate. We just innovate. Young and making plenty cake. Get my straight. I'm a heartbreak vet. Being broke, what I can't accept. I'ma hold it down to the death. No Reeboks, cause it's all about a check. Bet $1 million that your man ain't like this. Cause I stack my chips, I'm on my grind. Mind on money, money on my mind. So if you in the way, I'll run you over. It's the heartbreak army, I'm a soldier. Huh? Wherever I go, my homies come to. I love my squad. We up in this thing. I love my squad. I love my squad. I love my squad. I love my squad. Ain't nothing changed but the name on the check. And that's real, that's real, that's real. I don't know about y'all, but I'll die by respect. And that's real, that's real, that's real. I'ma live in the meantime. Haters telling me to chill cause they need time. Rest in peace, it's the G8 and G. Hate on me cause we ain't leave the seat vacant. We taking the RAP game to a new place. I swear that we got this tied like a shoelace for real. Wherever I go, my homies come to. I love my squad. We up in this thing. I love my squad. I love my squad. I love my squad. I love my squad. Wherever I go, my homies come to. We up in this thing. Wherever I go, my homies come to. We up in this thing.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win, win, win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them stay there.
Ludacris going in on the verse cause I never been defeated and I won't stop now. Keep your hands up, get them in the sky for the homies that ain't making it, my folks locked down. I never went nowhere. What they saying, Luda's back. Blame it on that. The hood call it Ludic. And I'm on this foolish track, so I spit my foolish flow. My hands go up and down like go. My verses still be serving, tight like a million. This last time on a college remix, now I'm on the original version. Can't never count me out, y'all better count me in. Got 20 bank accounts, accountants count me in. Make millions every year, the South's champion. Cause all I do is
win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win, win, win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them stay there.
Swerving in my low-low, head on the swivel, you know serving me's a no-no. Clean as a whistle as I pull out in my Rolls Royce. Yellow bone passenger, they see it, they say, oh boy. Tell Kelly, back it up, my call me loco. Therefore, don't make me pull that. Ask you what you laughing at, represent that mud life. Dirty money, you better get your mud right. We come together holding hands and holler mud life. We all in all black, it's like life. All we do is win. You riding or what? Cause we riding tonight. Now you riding with me cause you wasn't.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win, win, win. And if you going in, put
kitchen, pot on the stove, water getting boiled. Being sold, Snoopy in the hookie, system overload. I've been running this rap game since I was 20 years old. I hung with the worst of them, bust till I burst them up, floss them up, toss them up, harder work, close them up. Pardon me, I'm bossing up, brace you up, bless you, bro, don't mess with us. We like the youth in the 80s, back to back, set a track, hit the lick, get it back, get the trick, jump the track. I want my money back, time and time again, while I'm sipping on this. Al Davis said it best, just win, baby, win.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win, win, win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them stay there. I do it. Same motion, just a different day. Out here trying to get it, each and every way. Mama need a house, baby need some shoes. Times are getting hard, guess what I'ma do? Hustle, 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 hard, hustle, 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 hard, hustle, hustle, hard. Closed mouths don't get fed on this boulevard. And I big bank in my pocket, double up with my profit. See, then I cop it, give me that, there and that dropping, homie. Hold up with my mojo. Peep the whip in that logo. 24s in they low pro. I know so, ain't no doubt about it. Riding around, loaded up and I hear them 808s and they knocking. Whole club and they rocking. In them buckets, all my homies up in here vibing, vibing. To my household, real I die for. Creeping off in that Tahoe. All about that large on, don't stop the party. We be getting all that. Oh, Kim Wasabi, homie. Cause it's the same motion, just a different day. Out here trying to get it, each and every way. Mama need a house, baby need some shoes. Times are getting hard, guess what I'ma do? Hustle, 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 hard, hustle, 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 hard, hustle, hustle, hard. Closed mouths don't get fed on this boulevard. Okay, now all I know is hustle, get it off the muscle. Black is my attire, keep them sticks off in that cupboard. I be going hard, them going hard. I just hit them all. You just swipe the card, I'm with a couple Latin. I just do you other guys telling lies, homie. Free money, AG. You pay me, swagging in my saline. Two-door coupe Mercedes. I am too much for you busters. I don't trust them. They won't play me for no sucker, play me for no paper. Make my thumper. Alpha Zeta Omega, better know I'm really on it. Driving better on it. Money is involved, better know I'm on it. And that's wording to my mother. Gotta get it one way or another. I put that on my brother. I'm out here on the come up, but it's same motion, just a different day. Out here trying to get it, each and every way. Mama need a house, baby need some shoes. Times are getting hard, guess what I'ma do? Hustle, 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 hard, hustle, 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 hard, hustle, hustle,
I've seen it with my own eyes. I would get otherwise without the luxury of leaving. The touch and feeling of free is untangible technically. It's something we got to believe in. Connect the cause and the facts, one foot in front of the next. This is the start of a journey. And my mind is already gone, and the fear of the unknown somehow just doesn't concern me. And you can stand right there if you want, but I'm going on.
Quando eu me vi só nesse lugar, eu pensei que preciso sair pra me libertar. Seja com quem for, a minha vida é cantar, nunca no mesmo lugar. Seja sozinho a dois, o resto eu vejo depois. Mas só em pensar que com a sua face, tudo que eu pedisse, só você que me desse. Aí pensando dois se esse quatro falasse. Mas que pena, já era, já era, já era. Não deixo mais aquela tão bela e singela. E nem dá. Porque se eu ouço a voz dela através de alô, se passou pela favela é porque alguém me falou. Então já que me deixou por aqui, aprendi a viver pouco sozinho. Mas o que eu posso fazer, fia, se eu gosto da boemia. Essa noite pra mim é dia, mas posso mudar. Mas como isso é questão de tempo, então isso nem tenho muito, nem curto. Fica de canto, eu prefiro suar. Quando eu me vi só nesse lugar, eu pensei pra me libertar, se minha vida cantar, nunca no mesmo lugar. Seja o resto eu vejo depois. O resto eu vejo depois. E mesa possa trombar no rolê. É isso, deixa comigo, é só seguir o sentido e despertar os picos floridos. Mas não, pera lá, tem que ter valor. É só chegar e abusar, nem forjar, nem fingir que nem dá pra sentir o amor. Uma fita, essa em mim acredita. No conteúdo das mina que pra mim foi mágica. Tava tudo claro, mas a cena complica e a saudade fica. Então já era, já era, já era. Não deixo mais aquela tão bela e singela. E nem dá. Por quê? Quando eu me vi só nesse lugar, eu pensei que preciso sair pra me libertar. Seja com quem for, a minha vida cantar, nunca no mesmo lugar. Seja sozinho a dois, o resto eu vejo depois.
For anyone telling you off for all your deeds. No sign the roaring thunder stopped and cold the reed. No time! I get mine and make no excuses, waste of precious breath. No time! The sun shines on everyone, love yourself to death. So you gotta fire up, you gotta let go. What he loves. I keep trying to conceive that death is from above. No time. I get mine and make no excuses, waste of precious breath. No time. The sun shines on everyone, love yourself to death. So you gotta fire up, you gotta let go. You never be loved till you make your own. You gotta face up. What you think it'd be. Turn your head for 1 second and the tables turn. Yeah. And I know that I did you wrong? Will you trust me when I say that I make it up to you somehow? So you gotta fire up, you gotta let go, you never be loved till you make it alone. You gotta face up, you gotta get yours, you never know the top till you get too low. I'm so sorry.
Siamo fragili, se tutti ci toccano, siamo fatti di sogni che non ci fanno dormire.
Io non dormo quando ti penso, io non dormo e basta e compenso. Io lo so che siamo uniti, se a capirsi basta il silenzio. Senza te sarai nel vuoto, mentre insieme siamo immortali. Baby, accelero la moto, chiudi gli occhi e spegni i fanali. Vedi, noi siamo la luce insieme, il male che produce il bene. La notte abbassa lo sguardo, che guardarci non gli conviene. Siamo il bianco e siamo il nero, siamo Dio che appare davvero. Siamo piccoli e perfetti, come il mondo visto dal cielo.
Siamo fragili, se tutti ci toccano, siamo fatti di sogni che non ci fanno dormire, cose che non si possono dire. Insieme siamo l'inizio e la fine, e la fine.
Sognavo che ero innocente, ma poi mi sono svegliato e tu non c'eri per niente e restavo il tipo sbagliato.
Siamo fragili, se tutti ci toccano, siamo fatti di sogni che non ci fanno dormire, cose che non si possono dire. Insieme siamo l'inizio e la fine, e la fine.
Ci cerchiamo come animali, a piedi nudi come i gitani, contro il mondo con le mani, come se non ci fosse un domani. Ora siamo pronti a tutto, a cose che non possiamo dire, a sogni che non fanno dormire. Noi siamo l'inizio e la fine.
Non devo guardare il cielo per capire da dove piove, se mi cerchi sono già altrove, indirizzo nuvola 9. Io che ti ho coperta d'oro nei nostri giorni preziosi, ed ora piango sangue e gli dei sono tutti invidiosi.
Siamo fragili, se tutti ci toccano, siamo fatti di sogni che non ci fanno dormire, cose che non si possono dire. Insieme siamo l'inizio e la fine.
darkness. Nah, yo, look towards the light. Yo, what is that? It's a supernova. Nah, man, that's a black hole. Yo, it's.
I leap over lies in a single bound. The Black Prophet, one day I got struck by knowledge of self. It gave me super scientific powers. Now I run through the ghetto, battling my arch nemesis, Mr. Ignorance. He's been trying to take me out since the days of my youth. He feared this day will come. I'm hot on his trail, but sometimes he slips away because he has an army. They always give me trouble, mainly hatred, jealousy, and envy. They attack me, they think they got me, but I use my super science and I twist all three. I see sparks over that building. At me, I dip, do a backflip, then I in the heart with bookmarks. Ignorance hates when I drop it, but no matter what he do, he can't stop the prophet.
Yo, prophet, come here real quick. Yo, I just saw Ignorance downtown. Let me put you on. Word, he down there bugging. He got them ill and out.
Let's continue the saga, mad drama. I met this chick, she said she knew where Ignorance was at. I said where? She said downtown. He had. I think the line is a setup, I can smell it, but Ignorance is running rampant. Aight, baby, show me the exact spot. Meet me at Hoyt and Skimmerhorn at 3 on the dot. So I hops up on the A train, I'm being followed. My 7th senses danger. I turn around, it's anger. And he brought a marble along. It's the same old song. Despair and animosity got broke with the swiftness. I don't know what they think this is. I feel a sharp pain in my neck, now I can't see on my hem. They hit me with a dart filled with the pork chop serum. I tried to hold on, but before long I dropped. When I awoke, I was locked in the barber shop, trapped in the barber's chair. Oh no, they're gonna try and cut my hair, but that can't stop the prophet.
Yo, prophet, Ignorance is tired of you following him around. We about to put an internet out right now. Animosity, despair, what's up? Get him, yeah.
Passed by, I hear a buzzing noise. It was that chick with some of Ignorance's boys. She said, prophet, we got you beat. By the way, I'm Mr. Ignorance's wife to see. But enough talk now for your haircut. When the clippers touched my hair, they blew the... After the explosion, there was no one left. Cause I know dim mop, poison hand, touch of death. My vision's still kinda blurry, but I see a clue. Ignorance is at...
We're at the sold-out arena in San Antonio, Texas. Welcome, everybody, to the day we've all been looking forward to. The start of a new NBA season on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony with Doris Burke on our sideline. Western Conference battles, always fun. This time, it's the San Antonio Spurs intent on protecting home court. And now, the Golden State Warriors starters. Barnes and Green are the forward set. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson at the guard spots. And it's Bogut in at the 5, roaming the paint.
Boy, but he was close, Kevin, to making the defense pay for lackadaisical coverage there.
Yeah, you may not be as lucky next time down if you're the defense. You cannot allow him to get those kinds of looks.
Parker left side. Parker with another miss.
And one thing that everybody loves about Coach Pop is his frankness. You get a taste of it in interviews, but he's as honest and straightforward with you as he is with anybody else.
The feed now to Aldridge. And that one's good. Aldridge has got the first points up on the board tonight here for the Spurs. Curry outside, and he gets the bucket.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
It's Parker with the drive. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet.
The mid-range jumper is a high percentage shot for him, and when he's got that much room, forget about it.
Green with a screen for Curry. To the wing right side. And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
The Spurs have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Parker against Curry. Outside Aldridge. The turnaround. Draymond Green pulls it in.
Great looking defense, really, just to disrupt the rhythm on that shot.
Yeah, it really turned it from a simple, straightforward look into a very difficult shot.
And really, the Warriors had an amazing regular season last year. Just from a historical standpoint, it was one of the best ever.
Now, here's Parker. And the dunk by Duncan.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and, Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Curry kicks to Bogut. Outside Curry. It's Bogut with the drive. 6 to shoot. From 18 feet away. And that one comes up a bit short. And for the Warriors last year, they would end the season with 67 wins. That number, Clark, tying for the 6th best win total in NBA history.
And my guess is only a few people saw it coming. I mean, as the season wore on, it became more and more apparent the Warriors were for real, but it took a while for people to accept that fact.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
And, guys, it's not the time for caution now. I mean, they've got to be aggressive and take some risk to see if they can cut that lead down.
Now, here's Curry. Thompson in the corner. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Thompson's got his first 3 points of the game.
And I think taking a time here to talk things over is a smart idea.
One of the things you want to do is make sure everybody is clearly on the same page with the game plan. And sometimes you need a timeout to make sure that's the case.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. West is checked in for Duncan. Diaw comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Ginobili's checked in for Green, and it's Mills in for Parker. Here's West. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper. West has got his first basket of the night.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
And what a first year it was for Steve Kerr and the Warriors. It was the best debut as a new coach ever. 67 wins. He also established a franchise win total in his first year.
And here's Leonard from 3. That's good. Leonard's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Curry dishes to Green. There's the triple, and he gets it to go.
Back at you. I mean, they immediately get those 3 points back.
Trading spray guns from long range, trading blows from behind the arc.
Now here's Ginobili. Out to the right wing. It's stolen by Bogut. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. It's Curry outside. San Antonio with the rebound.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Here's Thompson. Here's Green. The shot goes down and he gets this game back to even. Green's got 7.
Just not enough bodies on the glass right there, and they paid for it.
Well, Greg, I know you're a little guy, but you know.
Tie game in San Antonio. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And guys, what's your take on the Spurs so far?
It's all about their defense. They have just done a terrific job of negating the timing and spacing of their opponent.
Every shot is challenged and challenged well.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Green at the 4 with Bogut at the 5. Thompson is the 2 with Barnes at the 3. And it's Curry in at the point guard. Parker. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a three-point play.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Textbook. Really, when you look at how they're playing, they are having their way down low.
Green passes to Thompson. Feeds it to Bogut. Green, the screen. And Andrew Bogut, the bucket on the assist by Thompson.
Worked that one inside nicely. And the Spurs last season became the first franchise to hire a female assistant coach. A big step, not just for the Spurs, but really for all of the NBA.
Misses in close.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
And Leonard gets it to go. Golden State's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3 ball here. Well, as Greg was just talking about, the assistant that was hired was Becky Hammond, a phenomenal player for a very long time in the WNBA. And Clark, you know, you and I were talking about this before. She was a perfect candidate to become the first full-time female assistant.
Yeah, I agree with you, and it might not seem like that big a deal to some, but this was a big-time barrier breaker that the Spurs pulled off. Boy, oh boy, to be young again. My, oh my. Got me thinking back to my days.
Oh, yeah, right. It does make you nostalgic, doesn't it?
Well, speak for yourself, because I could never throw it down like that, but I will say it sure looks fun, doesn't it?
Here's Parker. And another basket for San Antonio.
And the lead goes right back. What a seesaw affair we've got going on.
This game's right there for the taking, but neither team can quite grab hold of it. Like a slippery bar of soap there. Somebody's got to take charge here.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg. Well, I tell you, the Warriors roster fit together hand in glove. They were led by the Splash Brothers, but the front court and the bench really complemented the rest of the team perfectly because all of the players for the Warriors were extremely versatile and highly skilled.
San Antonio calls timeout. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Spurs have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. If you're talking about the Warriors, you know, they were built to play with each other last year. The bigs could all pass very well, and that set up the three-point threats.
And then even on the defensive side, I mean, they had players that really complemented each other. I mean, some undersized power forwards who countered with rim protectors. I mean, they also had the length at every perimeter position to switch on any play. So they are equally as adept on that side of the ball. And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. To be out of position, you could see the frustration on his face. Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Curry kicks to Green. On the wing, Thompson falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
Even though it went down, I don't think that's the kind of look they should be settling for.
Here's Parker. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Spurs.
We've seen a lot of their points coming off penetration in the first half.
They've been distributing the ball really well tonight, too. I mean, a decent number of assists so far for them.
Here's what San Antonio's going with right now. West is checked in for Duncan. Diaw comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Manu Ginobili's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Mills in for Daniel Green. And Ginobili, here we go. High arcing shot. That one's in, his first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2. Parker against Curry. And here's Green outside. Good, and Curry gets the assist. And that's now 10 points for Draymond Green. Parker dishes to Mills. Back to Parker. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
And you know what? His mind's playing tricks on him right now because he's not going to live that one down easily.
Golden State's gotten it going from downtown in the second quarter. They're 3 of 3 on three-pointers. That's a 2 from Barnes. A shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. Barnes has got 8 points.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
And it's Parker again missing.
That's a huge part of what they want to do defensively. Limit his easy chances inside.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. And a fast break now for the Spurs. Ginobili leading the charge. That's good. And here is Curry. Here's Barnes. And going out of bounds. Last touch by Barnes.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. Spurs lead by 2. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports. Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. Look at Tony Parker, what a contribution.
I know we've said this many times before, but what a great first half. Just an offensive juggernaut.
And, you know, in the end, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had, guys. I mean, he can usually keep it going for all 4 quarters.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. Look at Tony Parker. What a contribution.
And in terms of points in that first half, you know, he's now at a point where we expect him to perform that way.
And, Greg, that tells you all you need to know about what a talent he is. I mean, I'll bet he adds a lot more to his totals after the break.
Parker and Green are the guard pairing. Aldridge out there with Duncan. And it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs. For the lead, and a clear foul there as he shot the triple. He'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
Yeah, good job trying to get a hand in the face, but you've got to be more careful.
Especially on the 3-point attempt. I mean, you have to defend that shot without fouling. Now you give a guy 3 free throws.
The Warriors making a switch here. Spates checked in for Bogut. Thompson comes in for Green. Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. Parker kicks to Aldridge. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got 3 assists in the game. For a while, the Spurs were viewed as a slow-it-down team from their championships almost a decade ago. That isn't the case at all anymore.
You know, I think it took the viewing public quite a while to catch on, though, Kevin, because now most people look at the Spurs as one of the more exciting brands of basketball in our league. Just watching one game of them, and now you know that is the case.
For 3, Barbosa can't get it to go. And it's the Spurs taking it the other way. Here, matched up against the Golden State Warriors, is how they're going to tip off the new season.
And they really took care of business against this group last year, winning the season series.
Exactly. 2 top teams in the conference. They want to continue that success this season as they look long-term towards playoff seeding.
Here's Livingston, and the rebound goes to Duncan.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them.
And you can see the difference with their ability to win with their speed, guys.
Boy, I love the pace and flow that their open court offense has been played with. I mean, it's been humming quietly, but very efficiently.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
What a year for the Warriors. Clark won their division for the first time in 39 years, ran away with the very tough Western Conference.
And there were a number of surprises last season, Kevin, but the Warriors were at the top of the list. I mean, I don't think anybody, including you and I, pegged them to be as good as they were.
Especially the way the finals began.
Exactly.
Boris Diaz checked in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Spurs leading by 7. Parker outside. Outside Leonard. And that one is hammered home.
Punches it down with pop.
Rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
I tell you what, they're not backing off at all, are they? And the Warriors won 51 games back in 2014, improved that mark by 16 wins last season. Among teams that won at least 50 games in the previous year, that 16-game improvement was an NBA record for the Warriors.
And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. Parker passes to Leonard. Diaw sets the pick for Leonard. Passes it to Diaw. 6 on the shot clock. From deep, Green. Warriors trailed by 9. Iguodala, that's a 2-pointer. Breaks a big high bounce and goes in. Iguodala's got his first basket.
It goes without saying the Warriors set franchise records all over the place with their play. Their win total being the highest ever, but also of note it was the first time they've won 50 games in back-to-back seasons. They seem to truly have arrived as a top-notch franchise in this current state of the NBA.
Duncan misses.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Kept alive. Bogut kicks to Curry. It's stolen by Duncan. It's tipped. It's stolen by Green. Here's Bogut. Flushes it down to finish the break.
That's how you make it happen, guys. Ball pressure and then a run out.
And that's how you flip the script in terms of momentum right there.
Double team on Parker. Right side Leonard. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it. Leonard's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control. And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Parker drives in. The 3. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by Parker. Parker's got assist number 5 here tonight.
D there, guys, was pretty much non-existent. I mean, you can't leave a good shooter like that open.
Iguodala dishes to Curry. Bogut in the corner. Shot clock at 6. From deep, Green. The shot is off.
And the rebounding has been key to their success here tonight.
It has been a lopsided battle on the boards, no doubt.
Well, the fourth quarter just moments away now as we welcome you back. Last outing for Golden State, it was a loss to the Trailblazers. On the court for Golden State here in the fourth. On the wing, Thompson and Iguodala. The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. And it's Curry in at the point. Dishes it to Thompson. This one for 3. That one's good. The San Antonio lead is cut to just 9 on the basket from Iguodala.
What are you going to do defensively? Such separation with the height advantage in that matchup.
Ginobili against Iguodala. Ginobili the pass to Aldridge. Offline from the top of the key.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. The free throw drops for Iguodala. Last season, Clark, the Spurs kept on winning as usual. They passed the Lakers, in fact, for the best winning percentage all time for a franchise.
Well, some of that has to do with the struggles the Lakers had last season, but more of it is credit to the Spurs. Consistency and high-quality play has been who they are and have been for 2 decades.
Well, it was the San Antonio Spurs in their last game, a loss to the Kings in Sacramento. Took him no time at all on that one. That's 10 points for Klay Thompson.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Boy, he wanted everybody in the building to know who threw that one down.
Hanging on the rim is, I guess, one way to do it.
Yeah, I tell you what, though, you want to make sure you don't get teed up from a situation like that.
Outside Curry. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard. Leonard's got his 6th rebound on the night. Ginobili kicks to Leonard. Left side West. Outside Aldridge. 6 to shoot. Right at the free throw line. West. The follow-up jam. And the Spurs lead by 11.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Spurs have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the 4th. Now here's Mills. He's covered by Iguodala. Aldridge. Aldridge can't get that one to fall.
And it's still a close game. I mean, despite the fact that they've struggled to compete on the boards.
Yeah, you know, but down the stretch here,
San Antonio.
Everybody is clearly on the...
Thanks, guys. I was able to win, not playing, not to lose.
He is just really almost playing for the...
That's for 2. Warriors with the rebound. Bogut's got 7 rebounds in the game. Pass to Curry. The shot's good on the assist by Iguodala. And it's 7 points for Steph Curry.
Don't take your eyes off of him because he can make plays from multiple spots on the floor. Put the isolated cam on him.
They double team Ginobili. Parker drives in. And it's blocked by Curry. And stolen by Aldridge. Ginobili right side. That's a 2 from Parker. Drops one in from the wing. And the Spurs lead by 11.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for the Spurs.
Mark, looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the boards.
Yeah, but they did a better job tonight. They made the most of the extra rebounds, too.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Leonard. Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
And Parker, here we go. Shot off the pick. And the jumper is on the mark.
Care of business.
Team a big lift throughout the game. I thought there was great energy in the building.
Duncan at the elbow. That is good.
Well, if it wasn't out of reach, It is now, thanks to that last little spurt.
And why put the brakes on now? I just say keep on letting it fly.
And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, and I thought good execution really played a big part throughout.
That concludes the first game of the NBA season. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. Now time to head over to the studio where the award-winning Ernie Johnson is with Shaq and Kenny, all standing by. Guys, take it away.